G'day, I'm Kamala. I'm speaking from Jagera country, this place of koalas, forests and gum trees. Here where I stand, it's stolen land. So when I was chatting with Lorna about how I should be introduced, I was talking about how important it is for people like me who live on colonised country or stolen country to acknowledge where we really are. And part of the way that the colonisers cover up their genocide is by giving new names to places. So the river that runs through close by here, the Meanjin River, it runs through the country of the Turrbal, the Jagera, the Yuggera and the Yuggerapul people. And there's no one place name for this place. So often we talk about Meanjin, but that's really the river. But anyway, it's so-called Brisbane here down under. So I want to give a big thank you to the organisers of Marxism, and particularly to Lorna McKinnon, for inviting me to participate in this session with you today. It's an honour to be part of a session with Ian Angus, and anyone who's read his book Facing the Anthropocene, or maybe Naomi Klein's book This Changes Everything, might recognise some of the details in the last vignette of the several that I'm about to present to you. I wrote this piece in 2016 when there was at a time when there was a heat wave on in South Asia, as I was hearing about some of the preparations that were being made for it to get worse. And it's called Climate Fate. I was sitting in the waiting room as you flashed across the screen. A heat wave smothered India, and you were on the scene. As you tried to cross the street, your shoe stuck to the road, so you crossed in bare scorched feet as the black tar slowly flowed. Where once were straight white lines, a crazy pattern morphed and swirled as if a giant with a paintbrush splashed out and dwarfed the world. You long for cooling rain, but the monsoon will be late. And this is how some people face their climate fate. You're a woman of Maharashtra. Farm life is what you know, with the earth so cracked and bare. Nothing green can grow as the debt piles up for the chemicals and seed, as you wonder how to fill the many mouths you have to feed. As you turn to your husband to say somehow you will cope, you see in his eyes there's no more room for hope, and then your nightmare just gets worse the day you lose your mate. And this is how some people face their climate fate. You've lived in Karachi all of your life, there with your kids, your parents, your wife. Last year the heat wave rolled in and swept 1,000 lives away, overwhelmed the morgue, corpses left out to decay. This time you swear you will be ready and not have to face that smell of those left to rot in the very place they fell. And so you dig out mass graves and pray for rain while you wait. And this is how some people face their climate fate. When Sandy struck New York, you'd left for somewhere calm, flew back when it was over. Once you knew you'd meet no harm, next superstorm to hit will not be so inconvenient. Even if next time Mother Nature is less lenient for you, you've bought yourself a condo with room sealed watertight. Floodgates, pumps, power, and emergency light, and so you gamble on the oil stocks knowing you'll be all right, mate. And this is how some people face their climate fate. So thanks again for having me on, and all the best with your discussions today.